Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. My name is Marlboro Morris. In this lesson, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you and give away the vocal chain that sound like DIOR in the song Emotions. So I just recreated kind of the song, just made it my own. So I'm going to take you through the song first, and then we're going to break down the vocal chain. I'm gonna show you how to get it for free, completely for free, the whole project with my vocal as well. Once again, my name is Marlboro Morris. I'm a music producer and I have an awesome channel, a really very informative YouTube channel all about music production. I give away mostly everything for free, but if you enjoy what I do, if you take advantage of what I give away for free, obviously you can go on Patreon and support the channel on Patreon with as little as $1. If you want to, you can give more to the Patreon page, but of course that's up to you. So with that being said, let's get to the vocal chain. And as I said, I'm gonna get you through the song that I've recreated. I'm gonna go ahead and play the chorus for you, and then we break down the vocal chain. Let's go. Actually, let's go from the song, from the intro.
In my bed, stay all day. My bed. Okay, don't say on that. Can we get any more of it? I told you I can't give you any more of this love. Can't hurt myself anymore. I know I'm over. In my bed, stay all day. My bed. It's not okay. Don't say on that. Can we give you any more of it? Fuck.
All right, so that's my recreation of the song. And for the verse, I think I'm gonna play the whole thing at the end of the video, so stay tuned. So I'll show you also the verse if you like to, but let's break down the vocal chain. It's very important that you stay right now very focused, because if you get the vocal chain, then you need to modify, you need to fuck with the knobs, you need to know how to use the vocal chain. Okay, you can go ahead and get it and do it yourself, but obviously I please you for education purpose, so you know what to do actually to pay attention. And the vocal chain is basically just a main vocal for the lead, a backtrack, and some ad-lib. I'm gonna get you through the vocal, just the lead, and then it basically is almost the same thing for the back and for the ad-lib. So the first thing, we got a pitch correction. All right, so this is this is a plugin that you want to put on any vocal, mostly if you kind of sing and mumble as well. Now, just so you know, when you get the vocal chain, you will need to like the SoundCloud thing, because it's when you get it, you will know what I'm talking about. But me personally, I will never sing on a song. I know you might like the song that I put together for this recreation of the Emotion song. By the way, the song that I've recreated is called This Love, and but this is not what I do. Okay, so I don't mumble, I don't sing. I do mostly a rap, total rap, so I don't put a pitch correction. But for you to want to have songs like DIOR Emotions, which is a singing song, you always want to have a pitch correction. Now, obviously, we're using a free stock plugins, and this is the pitch correction stock plugin, which you basically use by using the root note. You choose your root note and then the scale of the song. And mostly you need to fuck with the response knob. Okay, so the more you up this, the less the pitch correction will act on the vocal. So 29.3, it sounds perfect for this song. That's the first plugin that we have on the vocal chain. The second one is a channel EQ. Now, this is a channel EQ for this type of song. Now, keep this in mind that I recorded the song in the worst room, in the worst position. I don't have any expensive tools. I actually do, but when I recorded this song, I recorded it at my crib, so I don't have anything special. So just keep that in mind, because this is the channel EQ perfect if you record your vocal into a bad room, so with a lot of noise and everything. So this might work perfectly for you. I'll put a link in the description for a more accurate video on how to EQ your vocals, but mostly this will work just fine. So just so you know, this one, it basically get the low end out, and then all these frequency we kind of eliminate the bad frequency at about 500 hertz, and then yeah, we do this kind of stuff to boost or reduce good or bad frequencies. So that's for the channel EQ. Then next up, we have a compression. Now pay close attention to compression, because this is really important that you understand. And this is what the compression works. This is how the compression works. So let me just loop the song that I like.
I told you I can't give you any more of this love. Can't hurt myself.
I'm gonna have to go right there, okay, and then get the compression to see the compression what he's doing.
I told you I can't give you any more of this.
All right, so for the first compression, as you can see, this is how the compression works. So this is how it works, okay? So I'm just looking for a very subtle compression to 1 dB, okay? Now to get that compression works like this, if you don't know how to use compression, I please you to every Saturday when we put out a mixing vocal class, that you really pay attention to compression, because the more you see me talking about it, the more you will learn how to use it properly. So for this vocal chain, I'm using two compressors, and the first one is very subtle, as you can see, just 1 dB. Subtle is significant, all right, especially in vocals. So I'm looking for a 1 dB. This is how it works. When you have a compression and you have auto gain off, you want to set, first thing first, a ratio. So now we put in a 2.81 ratio. Okay, so for each 2 to 8 dB, we get 1 reduction. And once you set the ratio, okay, and this is really based on how you record your vocal, because if you record your vocal and they are not, they are all over the place, so you will look for more than 2.8. But because my vocal were pretty already kind of settle themselves, so I really wanted to have just like 2.8. And to get that 1 dB reduction, you use the threshold. Now the threshold, this is what it does. If you now at minus 10, we got 1 dB reduction. But if I go, for instance, like this, nothing is happening. Can you see that? Nothing is really happening. But if I go, for instance, to, I get way more compression happening. Okay, so I found the sweet spot to be at 10 to get that 1 dB reduction. Now once that happens, okay, so you got your ratio, you got your threshold happening. Now you want to make up for what you take off. Okay, usually if you take a 1 dB reduction, you want to make up for 1 dB. But because I wanted to have a very, very subtle compression for the second compression, which is going to be way more aggressive, I put a 5 dB, okay, 4 dB more, which I'm going to make up later on with the second compression. Then we got the attack and the release. I'm using a fast attack and a pretty, a 290 dB ms of release, which works pretty fine. A mix to 100%. Pay close attention to this, because in the second compression, I'm gonna have 50% of mix happening. Then I'm using distortion soft because the song itself, if you listen to it, it kind of have that distortion happening. Okay, so that's just for the first compression. So let's move on with the first compression. Let's move on to the second compression. Okay, I'm using a Studio VCA. Love this plugin. So as you can see now, I get to that 4 dB, which I put up in the first compressor, because as you remember, I went for 5 dB, 1 dB reduction with that compressor, and then I'm putting up for a 4 dB compression happening dB. Over here, I'm using auto gain off. For the ratio, I got 2.5.1, which is a bit less than the first one, which we had 2.8, and then I used a -28 to get to that threshold happening, compression happening, attack, some release, and as I said, we got 50% mix happening, distortion soft, and that's basically so far for the compression. Pretty awesome. Okay, so this is what we have. Let me go without the plugins so you can see what's happening over here. All right, so that's pretty awesome. Let's go with a bit crusher. Now a bit crusher is pretty awesome. Let's see what he does to the vocal.
I told you I can't give you any more of this love. Can't hurt myself.
All right, you see what's happening. So you don't need to kind of know anything about bit crusher, because these settings will work completely fine for your vocals, as well as the multipressor, because in fact the multipressor you can leave it just as it is when you get the vocal chain. And yeah, I guess that's it, you know what I'm saying, because the mostly what you really had to work your way through is compression. So both compressors are really important that you understand, because it's based on how you record your vocal as well as the channel EQ. Okay, so then we got some bit crusher. As I said, multipressor. This is going to work completely fine. If you want to know how this is basically how this is used in more accurate terms, I'll put a link in the description for this as well. But you don't need to know nothing much about it, just that it makes your vocal you know, add the mix, cut through the mix a little better. So let's see what he does.
I told you I can't give you any more of this love. Can't hurt myself anymore. I know I'm over. I told you I can't give you any more of this love.
So you see, pitch correction just helps me with my singing. I can sing, I know I can. I just recorded, you know, the vocal just a few minutes ago. I mean, it's late, man, whatever. So I didn't put any energy to it. So this is not a song I'm doing for my project, for any project that I'm putting out. So I was pretty, you know, I'm always happy with our recorder. But as you can see, the pitch correction does help you if you don't want to put too much energy or whatever. So the multipressor, as you can see, it makes your vocal a little bit cleaner and cut through the mix just a little better. Just enough for you to be completely fine with your vocal. And then lastly, I got a silver verb.
I told you I can't give you any more of this love.
It just blends, you know what I'm saying, the vocal with the beat. Is really important that you put a silver verb for these kind of tunes, just because you know what I'm saying. This is what it sounds like, you know, this is what it's supposed to sound like. We have this very verb songs in the radio. It's really hypnotic to the mind of the listener. So again, I don't use this for rap vocals, for my rap vocals, which again I'll put a link in the description so you can help help my artist, help my music, you know what I'm saying. This channel, Marlboro Morris, is all about you, music production about you, But as I always say, you know, I'm trying to obviously present to you as well my music. So I know you in the production game, so I'm not looking for you as a quote unquote fan of my music. But again, a civil verb. I don't want to mumble, but a civil verb is really important, you know, in these kind of tunes because it is what it is. And then lastly, just to wrap up the video, the class, so you know how to song completely exactly like the song I Endure Emotions, is to have a sub with some space designer and make your, which is going to make your vocal spacier. All right, so let's see what that does.
I told you I can't give you any more of this love. Can't hurt myself anymore. I know I'm over.
All right, so it does make, you know, it does make your the vocal spacier, so it sounds more as it should. You know what I'm saying? And for the back vocal, back channel, and back chain, and for the ad lib, all right. So as you can see, we only have for the back one, we got the sample delay, of course, which you're just going to put in the back of the vocal. And it'll basically give that sample delay kind of feel. You want to make it the volume really underneath the main track, and then you got some ad lib, which I have not a space, not a sample delay, but for the ad lib I got some spread. All right, which is going to spread through both ears. And I don't have any ad lib for this one. I didn't do it because again it was late, man. So this is something just I put together for you to recreate something. You know where the vocal chain comes from. I'm just, you know, making use of it and give it to you for free because I know y'all broke. You know what I'm saying? And even if you not broke, you don't want to pay. I know I don't, so I put together this vocal chain to give it to you. Please enjoy this this love, and this is how this. My name is Marlboro Morris. Again, I please you to stay tuned with the channel because I give stuff away for free all the time, at least once a week. I mean, to me is religious, so I do it each and every week. Until this fucking YouTube shit is gonna work and it's gonna pay me some money. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep on pushing. And if you want to support the channel in the meantime, you can head over to patreon.com realmarlboromorris and support the channel. Support Marlboro Morris project, music production for y'all home-based producer and home-based music creators. And this is This Love. My name is Marlboro Morris. Peace out. Enjoy.
In my bed, you stay all day. My bed. I can't don't be sad on that. Can't walk it anymore. A bit. I told you I can't give you any more of this love. Can't hurt myself anymore. I know I'm over. In my bed, you stay all day. My bed. Now can't don't be sad on that. Can't will give you any more of it. Fuck you out of ball, had enough of your lies. You just another folks bitch. I fucked us everyone I for a piece willing to die for a bite. But rather stay alright until I die. And take your pain, blame it on to me. It's nothing to me, cause even as you judging me, I'm certainly, I'm awfully, carelessly, I'm half in this, and most of my folks past it is. In my bed, you stay all day. My bed. Now I can't always say on that. Can't walk it anymore. A bit. I told you I can't give you any more of this love. Can't hurt myself told you I can't give you any more of this love. Can't hurt myself anymore. I know I'm over. I told you I can't give you any more of this love. Can't hurt myself anymore. I know I'm over. I told you I can't